Now we review the 2020 film Bad Candy. That doesn't sound scary, does it? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, a film that I've had in my inventory for quite some time is the 2020 film Bad Candy. And the reason I have it is because it's set on Halloween, and the spooky season is the start of the fiscal year for us YouTubers. So Bad Candy is very similar to the film Trick or Treat. It is basically a knockoff of Trick or Treat. There you have it. Before I get any further, let me remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from the company 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. If you'd be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe, you'd be doing your part for a better world. Now, Bad Candy is a group of related stories in the same space. So they're all happening in the same town. And it starts out with a Twilight Zone episode-esque thing where there's a little girl who can draw things and bring them to life, and her abusive father. And then, one of the runners, I forget the character. I think the character's name is Sam in Halloween. Basically, the Sam of this film is this evil clown that turns people into figurines. And the evil clown is pretty well done. He's got this long protruding nose, and he's got these distorted long hands, and he waves his fingers at you. Very classically done there. One of the things you'll see about this film is that the special effects, the creature effects in this film are absolutely awesome. There's like this vampire beast thing that it just looks pretty realistic. I mean, really solidly done. And then there's like, anytime you see fire in this film, the fire's really bad. And then there are a few blood effects that are clearly done on computer that they look pretty silly. But as a solid point, I mean, one of the failings of this film really is that it is called Bad Candy. And I mean, yeah, it's a play on Halloween, but the Bad Candy element is a singular story. There is a drug dealer, and he gives people drugs, and he tries to have sex, and what one does on Halloween. And then one of the people who takes the drugs but doesn't have sex with him goes back and gets funky with a corpse, and the drugs give her a bad trip, right? That's the Bad Candy element. And it's one of those things that candy is not the theme to this particular film. So the title is kind of funky. And it's not terrible. If it weren't for the title detracting a little bit from it, would be that particular segment is probably one of the best ones in the film. It's got a really attractive actress in it who does her part well, and the makeup for the corpse is pretty solid, except for, I don't know how realistic it is, but I don't know how realistic I'm asking for this movie to be. Like I say, the special effects, they vary widely. Another thing about this film is that it's also has a through line of a group of disc jockeys, two radio people doing their Halloween show. And one of them is played by Zach, I may pronounce this wrong, Zach Galligan. And he had played Billy in Gremlins. So, yeah, recognizable actor. Look, this is the kind of film where it starts out pretty strong, solid, makes you think, and then, like, the last act of the film is where it kind of falls apart. And because these are segments and interconnected stories, that's not terrible. It kind of felt like in the end they ran out of money and they just had to finish it somehow, and they found something that they could afford. But still, this is a competent enough film. If this is Halloween, if you're watching this for a horror fest, it's probably not the first one you're going to watch. If you watch Trick or Treat, and you have a few beers during Trick or Treat, then you watch Hard Candy. Hard Candy will be pretty good, you know. And I'm not the only one who saw this film. It's getting a solid 4 on IMDb. It's a horror film. They get lower ratings. 50% of critics like it on Rotten Tomatoes, and 28% of audiences. So, to be fair, this is a film for horror hounds. All right? There is a solid amount of blood, guts, and gore, and many of the gore effects are reasonably done. So, if you're into gory movies, this is not a splatter film, but it is gory enough. It is a solid horror film. If you're the kind of person that says, yes, I have seen every Halloween movie at least 3 times, for you this is a must-watch. For the average person, it's middle of the watch list. Not terrible, not great, but serviceable. Anyway, that's just my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours down in the comments below. I, of course, am Richard.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Randall, yet again. And you can see, in addition to my bracelets from For Ocean, each one representing a pound of trash pulled out of the ocean, I got me some Scooby-Doo and Save the Planet 2 medal from Koronker around my neck. Yes, Koronker, conquer something or other. Anyway, look, here's how this works. You walk, you sign up for this thing like the owner of this channel, you walk, they plant 5 trees, and send you this, Scooby-Doo thing. You can Scooby-Doo and Save the Planet 2, just like was done for this channel. So you can help this channel Scooby-Doo and Save the Planet 2 by commenting, liking, and subscribing. Or you could go do it yourself. So if you're lazy, click that like button, say something nice, and if you're not lazy, go sign up, maybe do some trick-or-treating, walk a haunted house, and then I want your face, which is a perfect thing to do right now. How I love human face. Mmm.